Hey everyone, I will show here the solution for the Sakila assignment. So here we start with the first part, models, and here we will handle with the customer model. So first of all, we have to perform a join between the customer, address, city, and country tables. So I remind you that the tables are found in XLSX files. We are going to use the Google Sheets source in order to take the data from that XLSX files. You can do that also in other ways. You can try to use the database source or one of the others. We are going to see here the Google Sheets option. So first of all, make sure you are uploading the files into your drive, and from there we will start our work. So first, let's create a model. We'll give it the name course Sakila customer. Let's open our customer. Let's first look on the data. Alright, we can see that we have here the name, we have here an email, and we have here some more information. In order to upload the Google Sheets, first we will have to convert the XLSX to Google Sheets file. Click on the file and then save as Google Sheets. Now you can see that we have the customers also as Google Sheets. So I will add a step. I will call it file customer. And we will choose the Google Sheets option. And I remind you that first we have to share our file with this address. So I will do that. I can put them as viewer. Perfect. Second thing I have to do is to take the spreadsheet ID. So I remind you this will be after the /d and I will have an ID, so I will take that. And put it here, and last we will have to take the range. So the range consists of the sheet name and then the column range. So A to Z is good for us, but we have to check. As you can see, our sheet name is customer, so I have to switch here the sheet 1 to customer. And then do get columns. Perfect. So we can see here our columns. The last update and create date, we're gonna change to date, and active boolean can be a number. Let's see. Sorry, the active boolean, I was confused. The active boolean will be true false, so I will return it to be a string, and the active I can switch to a number. So active boolean will be string and the active can be a number. And we have to save this, and let's prepare and preview. I have to save first and then prepare and preview. Alright, we have here a small problem. As you can see, we don't have any data. Maybe it had a problem with converting the date from the XLX file, maybe something in the specific format. So let's try to do that as a string, and we can handle that afterwards if we will need to convert that to date format. I will do the get column from beginning. Let's check it now. Alright, so yes, our problem was with the convert types. So we can try again to convert the create date and the last update and see if it works. Let's do it one by one. Let's convert first the active. I guess that the dates were problematic, but let's check this. I will change here, save. Right, so this conversion was fine, the active. So now let's try to manipulate the create date and last update. I guess one of them was the problem with the date. We will be able to handle it afterwards if we will need. Let's make sure. Yeah, so as you can see, our problem was the conversion for the date. So I will get the columns from beginning. I will just change the active to number, and if we will need, we will handle the dates afterwards with the functions. We can do that in the add column, or we can do that even in the visualization if we will need to. So let's check last time. Alright, so here is our data. So perfect. So next thing we're gonna do is to add another step for the second table. I remind you, we have to add the address, city and country. So let's bring now the address. As you can see, the address will be joined with the address ID. So first let's go here for the address and convert it to Google Sheet. Here is the address. As you can see, we have here the address ID. This will be our join column. So first I will do file and save as Google Sheets. We will have to share. Add file. This will be file address. The Google Sheets, and let's take again our address. Perfect. And then we have to take the spreadsheet ID, and here you can see that our sheet is address. So we'll put this. I will take this and we'll change that to address. And let's get the columns. Okay, perfect. Perfect. So we have our address table. And now let's perform a join. Our first table will be customer, second is address, and we have the address ID with the address ID. Hit join, save, prepare and preview. Alright, so we have here the combination. As you can see, for customer 1 we have address 5, and then we have also here address 5 with all the data. Perfect. Next, the city and the country. So I will add a step, add file, this will be city, the Google Sheets. So let's go for the city. First we'll convert it to Google Sheets. Perfect. Let's take the address again. Sure. Perfect. our spreadsheet ID is this. The sheet name is city A to Z. Get columns. Perfect. Save, prepare and preview. Right, here is our city table. Now let's join this as well. Join city. So we'll take the join we already did. We will add the city. So we have the city ID to city ID, add join, save. Now let's add the country. Google Sheets. I will take the address, country. First we will convert it to be a Google Sheet. Then we have to share it. We will take the spreadsheet ID, and here this is country, so it will be country A to Z. Get columns. Perfect. I will save it, and let's join this as well. So we'll take the last join we did, it is the city. Now we'll take the country. So country ID is equal to country ID. Add join, save, prepare and preview. Perfect. So here we have all our data together. We have the country, we have the city. Perfect. Let's see what next. Add a new column for the full name. Concatenation of first and last names. Alright. So, to do that, we'll add a column. Call it full name. Add full name. The type will be string. And alright, so we're gonna take string concat. So our first will be first name, then we will concat a space, and lastly we will take the last name. Alright, let's preview this. Perfect. So let's do another thing. Everything here is with capital letters. Let's do just the first letter capital letter and the other as lower. So to do so, we can add a couple of more functions. So first we have to take the first letter from the first name. So I will take the string function. I will take the substring. So we want to take from the first name substring. We have to take the start position and length. So start position is 0, length is 1. This will bring us the first letter. Let's preview that. So you can see we have here just the first letter. So this will be the first concatenation. After it, we want to add here another concatenation of the rest of the first name, but with lowercase. So we'll take the lower here and we'll put on that the first name. So we will lower the first name, and from this we will take from the second position, which is index 1, until the end. So like this. So if we are not putting here, as you can see, we don't have to put here length, so it will take the rest until the end. So I will take from the lower of the first name, substring, I will cut it from the first position, which is the second letter, until the end. Let's preview that. So now you can see we have the first letter capital and the others are lower. So let's perform the same on the last name. So actually it's the same, just with another column. So let's do it like this, and we just have to put here not first but last name, and also here last name. You can see it's recognize it. Right, so again, from the last name, firstly we taking from the 0 position until the first position, which this will be the first letter, and then we concatenate with it the lower of the last name, but now we are taking from the first position, which is the second letter, because we have the 0 position, and until the end, because we didn't put here a length, so it's taking until the end, and this one is here. So let's preview that. And now you can see we have the full name with capital letter just on the first letters, and the others are lowercase. So let's apply this, and let's call it full name. Let's refresh here. Perfect. I will save, prepare and preview. Alright, so let's see. Here is our full name. Perfect. Let's see what next. Add a new column for the email domain. So we will add another column. Let's call it add domain. The type will be string, and let's open the editor. To do that, we will have to perform here a couple of functions. First, we will have to find in what position the @ sign is found. When we will know the position of the @ we will just need to cut from there until the end of the string to get our domain. So to do the search, we will take from the string functions the char index. As you can see, this function returns the starting position of string 1 within string 2, beginning from the 0 character position to the end of the string. We will have to search for the @ sign within our column email. So let's take the email. Perfect. Let's preview this. Let's examine an example. So let's look on the first email. So the first position is 0. We can count 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10th position. Let's check this. Perfect. As written, it's in the 10th position. So in order to extract the domain, we will have to use now the substring function, which is found inside the string functions. So let's take the substring. Alright, so inside the substring, we will start by taking our string, which is the column of the email. And after it, we'll have to tell him from where to start the cut. So we want to start it from the position of the @ and as we are not putting here a length, it will cut it till the end. Let's preview that. As you can see, it took also the @ sign. So in order to not take that into consideration, we will just add +1 on the position, so it will start from this position +1. So it will mean that it will not take the @ sign. Let's preview that. Alright, it worked perfectly. So let's apply and let's give it a name. Column name will be domain. Let's refresh the expression editor and then I will save it and prepare and preview. Alright, so we can see here our domain, we can see the full name, perfect. So last thing we have to do is to add a new column, the active description, which will contain the yes if it's active and no if it is not active. So let's add a step, let's name it add active desk, add column plus the name of the column will be active desk, the type will be string, and let's open the expression editor. So now we have to check the active column and then take an if function, and if the column value is 1, we'll go with yes. If not, we'll go with no. So we'll take the if from the logical functions, and the if gets first condition and then value if true, and at the end it gets value if false. So our first condition will be if the active is equal to 1, so we want to return yes. Else, if it's not 1, we want to return no. Let's preview that. Until here we have yes, we're supposed to have yes, perfect, so yes, and then here we have no, accordingly with the numbers. So I will apply it, I will save, but I will also refresh the expression and then save again. Perfect. So one last thing I want to show you is how we can handle the date, the problem we had with the conversion while importing the data from the XLSX file. We can do it in a couple of ways. I will show you here one way you can do that. So I will add a step and I will take add column step. Perfect. Then the column type will be date time. We'll open the expression editor. Actually, by choosing that the column type will be date time, this will handle with the conversion. So we will just have to choose the column here and it will already convert it to date because we choose that the type will be date. So let's go with the last update. So I will choose the last update column, and if we'll preview, we'll see that it looks great. It looks like a date. So we can apply that. Let's refresh and save. So this is one way you can handle it. You can do it in other ways. I want to do that now in other dates. If we will need a date in our final model, we will do that conversion on the relevant dates afterwards. So prepare and preview. So here it is. We can see our active description, we can see full name, domain, and we can see the date after the conversion. We'll finish here our first video of the solutions. See you in the next videos in other models.